Consumers are moving online and calibrating their expectations of insurers. Against this backdrop, becoming a digital business is an imperative for survival. Hello, and welcome to Accenture's Digital Insurance Podcast Series. In our first of 3 podcasts, Mark McDonald, a managing director with Accenture's management consulting business, is here to discuss what a digital business truly means for insurers and how to unlock the potential of digital. Mark, it's great to have you here.
Oh, thank you. It's really great to be here.
Before we discuss how insurers can unlock the potential of digital, can you tell us a bit about your background?
I've been working in this digital space for the last 5 or 6 years, in part through the doctorate I received from TU Delft in the Netherlands, but then also work that I did prior to joining Accenture, where I'm a managing director in the global strategy practice, concentrating on digital strategy. I worked with a number of clients across different industries when I was a group vice president and fellow at Gartner that led to the publication of a book specifically focusing on how you make money in the digital economy called The Digital Edge. Also had the opportunity to write a book about social media and mass collaboration that came out from Harvard Press in 2011. I teach at Columbia University and the University of Wisconsin business schools, as well as in the past I've lectured at Oxford, MIT, and Loyola University. So real pleasure to be working at Accenture with all the people here, in this very important and relatively new discipline of digital.
Now, there seems to be a lot of confusion between becoming a digital business and digitizing channels or processes. Can you explain the difference between these two?
Yeah, organizations need to recognize that there's really kind of 2 approaches that are going on right now relative to the application of digital technology into their business. The first one, and perhaps the one that people are pretty aware of, is known as digitizing. And so if you think about something becoming digital, it becomes digital when it's more information intensive and more connected with other things around it. And the process of applying technologies like mobile and social and analytics and cloud computing and the industrial internet, we're calling digitizing, is that process of taking a resource, making it more information intensive and more connected, if you will, so turning a notepad into an iPad or turning a PC application into a mobile application are all examples of digitizing something. And organizations can certainly digitize a lot of things. They can actually digitize almost anything. But just digitizing something, so moving pieces of paper to screens, or if you will, kind of representing your current business on a sheet of glass, does not make you a digital business. And the big difference here is whether or not I am just using technology, digital technologies, as another wave of automation and integration like prior IT technologies, then all I'm doing is digitizing what I do. However, if I say, wait a minute, I've got unique resources now, a fully enabled insurance adjuster, a digitally connected claims representative, a new digitally powered and engaged agent network, then I can do more than just my existing business model. I can open up new opportunities to generate revenue, create new levels of customer experience, attract and retain customers in a much greater way. And organizations that use these resources, these information-intensive and connected resources, which include our traditional notions of people, process, and technology, to do new things, to create new sources of growth and revenue, to change and adapt and evolve their business model, are what we call digital businesses. So organizations will oftentimes invest in digitizing marketing, and that's been a big focus of a lot of organizations and insurance companies in general. Mobile applications, increased advertising, co-op advertising with agents, etc. And digitizing marketing with a revenue focus really kind of concentrates on building the external image and brand. The problem is that move also has to be accompanied by changing the internal operations of the organization or digitizing its processes.
Based on that challenge, how does a company become a digital business?
So organizations that invest in digitizing marketing without changing their internal processes run into a situation where they're adding just another interaction channel, they're adding more cost without necessarily driving significant new revenue growth. At the same time, organizations that kind of digitize their operations for internal efficiencies wind up creating capacity that will become a waste unless it's actually able to be consumed, if you will, or supporting additional growth. So organizations need to do both. And that path to both is what we believe is digital transformation for organizations, and the end objective of that transformation is to become a digital business.
Mark, I look forward to the next edition and learning more about the primary tenets associated with building a digital business. Thanks for coming today.
Oh, my pleasure, and I look forward to working with everybody here and for our continued success in the marketplace.
Thanks for tuning into this edition of Accenture's Digital Insurance Podcast Series. You've been listening to Mark McDonald, a managing director within Accenture's management consulting business. For more information on services and solutions for insurers, visit accenture.com/insurance.